Hi everyone, it's Gary here with your Blue Nose Bulletin for Monday the 15th of July 2024. Very warm welcome to you all here on the 4th Official's YouTube channel. On today's show, we will be looking back on the manager's comments after the weekend friendly and the training camp in the Netherlands and all the latest news regarding the Rangers travelling to Hampden for their home fixtures at the beginning of the brand new season. Now, first place to go is into the manager's comments after the weekend where Rangers lost 2-1 to Ajax in a pre-season friendly held in Wezep. Now, myself and Mitch were here on Saturday to give you all the reaction from that game, so you can find that on our YouTube channel and also on our Patreon channel in terms of what happened after the training camp. But one thing that came out of the post-match coverage was an interview that Philippe Clement did with various members of the press regarding what's going to happen really regarding the rest of the transfer business in this window. And he's mentioned that every Rangers player has got a price tag on their head and that Rangers are now very much needing to sell before they can look to add more members to the squad. Now, a lot of that will be down to squad numbers as opposed to just on finances. And we've spoken a lot here on the 4th Official over the course of the last 3 or 4 weeks, both here on the channel and on Patreon, regarding interest in multiple Rangers players with other clubs, including the captain, James Tavernier, Connor Goldson, Todd Cantwell and Cyril Dessers. And it's my understanding that with the Saudi window opening this Wednesday, the 17th, then I would be expecting a little bit more movement regarding both Connor Goldson, Todd Cantwell and James Tavernier. And obviously we've got a bit of interest from Birmingham City and Connor Goldson as well. So that certainly, I think, may well start moving over the course of the coming days. And as and when anything gets confirmed, then Mitch will be here on the YouTube channel to confirm those news and things to you. But Philippe Clement mentioned after the game on Saturday that there is a lot of speculation in Glasgow and that he has read a lot of things that are totally not true. But it's part of being in Glasgow. You cannot react to every piece of fake news because then you will be busy with that. What he sees that they, talking about Tav and Goldson, that they've brought a lot to the club in the last couple of years. They did really good games with me and they also did games where it was less like the rest of the team. For me, they maybe played too much last season or the last couple of years because if you play 60 games, nobody is every time at their top shape. They have all done that for the club. They have worked really hard for that. They're not going to play 60 games this season to come now. And all the speculation around them is the same speculation you can have around every player. It is the same for us. Now, if there is somebody coming in with the right amount of money, we will see, we will discuss. But you always need to see, and then you need to replace somebody. And then you need enough money to replace them to make it better. Otherwise, it is of no use. It is about finding a balance. I think there is only one player that is irreplaceable at the moment, and I don't think a team will pay the money he is worth for sure, and that is Jack Butland. Everyone knows what I think about that. So, interesting comments from the manager, and as I say, I expect things to start progressing certainly from the later part of this week with regards to James Tavernier and Connor Goldson's future, and also with Todd Cantwell. Now, both Tav and Cantwell missed the friendly at the weekend with injuries. Now, remains to be seen how significant those injuries are or whether or not they're a little bit of a front for transfer business out of the club. Now, we've certainly seen that in the past. Ex-manager Giovanni Van Bronckhorst being a strong example of when players are carrying a little bit of a niggle and that they're not risked to try and secure some business. So we'll watch out with interest, and as I say, expecting to see some movement with players going out the door across the next couple of days. Another bit of news that was confirmed from the club today, though, and that was a statement that was put out this afternoon regarding the ongoing arrangements with regards to trying to find temporary accommodation for Rangers at the beginning of next season, with Ibrox obviously still under delay due to the renovation works in the Copland Road stand. And Rangers today announced that the William Hill Scottish Premiership matches with Motherwell on Saturday the 10th of August and with Ross County on Saturday the 24th of August will both be played at the National Stadium, Hampden, with both matches kicking off at 3 p.m. They've stated on the announcement on their social media channels and website that further information will be delivered to season ticket holders and hospitality clients as they progress with the situation with regards to where people will be housed, and with draws still to be made for the UEFA Champions League third qualifying round and potential playoff round, plus a potential home tie in the Premier Sports Cup. The club will communicate news on dates and kick-off times for them once the information is confirmed. The statement also states that the club is continuing to work tirelessly on the Copland Road stand project at Ibrox to complete that as soon as possible, and as soon as the club can provide a definitive update on matches returning to our home, it will do so. Rangers again puts on record its thanks to the Scottish FA and the SPFL for their considerable work in helping them reach this solution, and they thank our supporters for their ongoing patience and understanding as they deal with this challenge. Now, already there's been a bit of a backlash across the rest of Scottish football, and Livingston announcing a bit of a kind of thinly veiled attack on Rangers today as their match with Queen's Park, which was scheduled for the 10th of August, has now been rescheduled to the Friday night, the 9th of August, to be played at Lesser Hampden. Obviously, with 50,000 due at the National Stadium on the Saturday, it wasn't feasible for a match to be played at Lesser Hampden at the same time. So Queen's Park and Livingston have had to move aside to the Friday night at the same venue. And it's also emerged that Rangers are also going to be contributing to the costs of relaying the pitch at Hampden so that there's a new surface following obviously the internationals that were played at the tail end of last season, the cup final, and also the concerts over the course of the summer with the likes of Pink being at the National Stadium. So another cost to Rangers and the board. Now, no indication that those costs are having an impact in terms of what transfer budget may well be available to Philippe Clement and Niels Coppen to use, but I certainly believe that getting through those two rounds of Champions League qualification will make a huge difference in terms to what business that Coppen and Philippe Clement can do in the rest of this window, and possibly we might be looking at now August for more incomings. Talk over the weekend linking Rangers with the Sevilla midfielder Juan Jordan. That's not been followed up on. Apparently Sevilla looking for Rangers to pay Jordan's salary in full, as they're not prepared to subsidise a move for him to move out of the club, although it is understood that Juan Jordan is surplus to requirements at Sevilla. So interested whether or not Rangers move back for him. Also been linked with the young boys midfielder Jordan and Niasse. So certainly midfield appears to be an area that Rangers certainly still looking to strengthen in. We spoke previously about links to Kenny McLean as well. So certainly it looks an area that we want to do business in. Should Cyril Dessers move out, certainly a striker would be very much high on the wish list. And we saw at the weekend in terms of Rangers options in the wide areas that I certainly think another winger certainly would be required, and maybe another defender as well, especially if Connor Goldson or James Tavernier or both were to move out. So lots of moving parts and lots to happen over the course of the coming days and weeks. But as always, we'll be right on top of it all here on the Fourth Official. Big thank you to you all for watching. I'll speak to you next time. Goodbye.